to Doxxed, the podcast.
So I'll just explain. I've been in contact with Carrie Ann, who owns the trademarks, Allie's trademarks, and she was planning to come on to the podcast and talk about her experience, but she's still involved in an ongoing legal situation with Allie. So her lawyers advised her not to. But she did send me some screenshots today and told me a pretty wild tale about a conversation she had with Allie after Allie called Carrie Ann on the phone today. And Allie actually recorded that conversation with Carrie Ann and posted bits of it on Instagram, like chopped up so that it sounds as bad as possible. And then they went back and forth over text for a while. So I thought it would be a good idea if we just kind of did a dramatic reading of that text exchange, because again, the level of harassment and manipulation is kind of like hidden by taking chunks of the conversation out of context. So I think I'm going to be reading Carrie Ann's part, and Roxy, you're going to play the part of Allie. Oh, but also we have this video first that we can maybe listen to, because Allie posted this conversation she had on the phone with Carrie Ann onto Instagram, and it's just a disaster. It's just a train wreck to listen to. So.
I mean, I feel like the whole Instagram story thing is just a small taste of what she did on TikTok for years across many different accounts. And it's not really surprising to me, the type of content that she's doing now, because it's nothing different, but the lengths that she'll go to, that she actually called this woman just to harass her to create content. As much as she'll say, oh, they still need me for content. Ooh. Like, no one is reaching out to Allie. No one's responding to Allie. No one's making content about Allie on social media at all. And she actually called this person on top of spamming her Yelp listing for her business. Like, it's just the lengths. It's so much. It's too much.
It's appalling. It's appalling. So I think I'm going to try to share my screen here, and then we can listen through this, a little edited bits of this phone conversation, because Carrie Ann didn't record it. Allie just called Carrie Ann out of the blue today, first time they've ever spoken directly over the phone, and she recorded it for Instagram, so that's what we have of it.
And unfortunately, legally in her state, it's a single party consent state, so she can record, which sucks.
Yeah, it's important to know, if you're thinking about recording conversations like this, whether your state is single party or two-party consent.
In my state, Washington state, is two-party consent, so don't try me.
Same with Philadelphia. Okay, so let's see.
Triggered.
Yeah, honestly, just by the face.
I did purchase your trademark. The way that you were attacking me and many other people day after day, I know that to you felt like...
Carrie Ann, I don't need to hear I need to know why do you understand that you committed a crime, and that when I go through with this, a lot will happen? What you did was criminal.
No, it simply isn't. I was under legal advice the entire time.
Do you know what trademark law is? When I showed it to I'm telling you that I could pursue this in a way that could really mess up your life. I want to come for your business. I have interest in Lansing, Michigan from news stations. That's not a lie. Like, what you did was really serious, Carrie Ann. And I know that you called the cop. I almost took my life.
Suicidal videos. We were concerned for you.
You were not concerned. You bullied me to that point. Does your husband know what you're doing on the internet? Because I'm also going to contact him. You are a dangerous person. Your children are in danger, and everyone who comes in contact with you is in danger. I don't know you, Carrie Ann. You came out of nowhere and decided that you didn't like me.
For months, and you are telling half a story to make yourself look innocent, and I do not have empathy.
That's not true. See, the fact that you don't have empathy shows that you're a narcissist. You are an actual narcissist. I'm sure you do. That doesn't mean that you're not a narcissist. Narcissists like you can convince people for days that you're a good person. If you push someone to the point where they almost die, Carrie Ann, and you don't have empathy, you are a broken person. And we have a business together now, right? So I'm going to call everyone that you're...
Okay, for you to make 30 videos a day, antagonistic lives, I don't have any respect for.
You actually are a narcissist. You have a fucking problem. Do you get that? Like, you do not get to decide how someone else lives their life, Carrie Ann.
You do not get to attack people and explain.
Get ready. This is going to go on for years. You do not deserve to have a business.
That part always gets me, that last part.
Oh my
Because
god.
you can't tell me other people how to live their life. You don't deserve to have a business. There's no cut there.
And I'm going to talk to your husband, and your kids are in danger, and everyone in your city's in danger. Like, okay.
Misogynist much?
Going to control the whole city? Okay.
Seriously. Appalling behavior. And even it's ridiculous because she obviously tries to cut it and interrupt Carrie Ann so she doesn't have a chance to finish her thought even. And even as much as she tries to spin it, Carrie Ann sounds totally reasonable in everything she's saying. And I want to get to this text exchange because it's just it just totally.
Also, can I just say, no one bullied Allie to the point of wanting to take her life. I don't doubt that she might have felt that way for whatever reason. Like, I'm not invalidating that she might have felt like taking her own life, but no one bullied her to that point. I would go so far as to say things weren't going her way, and maybe she felt bad because of that. She lost her TikTok accounts. She probably felt bad because of that. But as far as I'm concerned, no one was bullying her to death. That was not a thing. It's not a thing I did. I know that's not a thing that you did. Pretty sure it's not a thing that Carrie Ann did. And no one else that I know directly that was involved in this. That was not a thing at all.
No. And she's been making some bizarre claims in the last couple of days about, for example, that her family got doxxed. The reality is that she put her own full name and her own family's full names and their faces and their voices onto her own account and used them to intimidate people, but nonetheless put it on the very platform that she says they're getting doxxed on. That makes absolutely no sense.
That wasn't a thing.
That
She's
wasn't
also
a
saying
thing.
that I dug up her arrest record and dug up her mugshot. I absolutely did not do that. I commented on it when someone else did that. She also made 10 videos bragging about how proud she is that she got arrested like 60 something times.
Yeah.
But now it's a problem and now it's my fault. No, I didn't look up her stuff. I'm not going to
I
pay
believe-
to pull up any
yeah.
public records about her.
I believe I was also accused of pulling up the arrest records. None of us did that. She also, in this series of stories from today, is saying that we all talked bad about how she doesn't have a job. Absolutely nobody that was mentioned in that story did that. I said nothing about her status of job. Neither did you. These are complete nonsense, absolutely made up lies. Just,
I mean, she did go on live and make fun of me and said I'm broke and desperate for money, and that's why I have to scam people and write fake books. And I did say, unfortunately, she and I are in the exact same financial situation, in the exact same living situation. So it's funny that you make fun of me for not working because I'm disabled. That's about all I said.
Yeah. And at the same time, she's making fun of me for being ridiculously wealthy, which is just simply not my reality. So, okay. And then and then she's also made content saying that, laughing about how none of us can afford lawyers, including me. So, okay.
Okay. And she's also saying that we all took money from the client, which is not true. The only one unfortunate enough to have done that is Allie. So,
well,
that
the only one of the people that I think we were in contact with regularly over the course of this. Yeah, nobody.
Yeah, no one was paid by the client to do anything except for Allie.
Yeah, absolutely not, because it's just silly. It's just ridiculous.
It's loading. Oh my god. These texts are so crazy.
Yeah, what kind of style of voice will you choose to dramatically read this in?
Hold on.
You'll never find another girl like me.
Do my best, Jasper.
Usually I can do it better. Somebody should be Jasper. That's good.
There needs to be a Jasper voice filter already.
There needs to be a Jasper voice filter. They have the technology.
Oh my god.
No. Okay. Shall we take it? Shall we start from the top? I think you have the opening lines here.
With opening line? Okay. Right.
This will never be over. You don't get to abuse people just because you don't like them. And this is a crime. Multiple crimes. I will pursue this for years. I called to give you another chance and to see if you had any empathy at all.
Allie, it is simply not. I purchased your TMs with a TM lawyer advising me. I'm sorry that it's hard for you to hear, but it's true. Feel free to pursue it legally. You will be told the same thing. The law doesn't care about petty internet drama. What you think is illegal versus what actually is are two different things. I haven't told my side in this because I don't care, but trust if you pursue me, I will tell all and meet you step for step.
You don't, and you need, seriously, intervention for narcissistic abuse. That's you abusing others. You did it with intent to hurt me. Do you seriously feel okay about what?
Okay. She's so illiterate. Oh my God.
Do you seriously feel okay? And what if your business gets ruined from your actions?
You are not.
Also, by the way, you're very good at that voice. Scary. Scary good at that voice.
Sorry.
It's the literally for me. Okay.
You are not a therapist. You have never met me. You are not a credible source, Allie, but thanks for your input.
Mixed with the cyberbullying? You don't understand. It's all a crime. The paperwork I'm filling out is serious. I'm actually thinking about your kids, unlike you.
My community supports my family and business. If you want to try to cause harm, it will be documented and pursued legally to the fullest extent.
Oh, so no one can come after what you built, but you get to try to destroy a random woman you don't like? And if it's all true, there's nothing you can do. It's not defamation if I show people the things you did and posted serious threats. And thank you for admitting that I'm not a therapist. I never have been, never claimed to be. You're being controlled by the scariest narcissists, and you think you've healed? Laugh emoji.
You have to do like an evil laugh. You
Wait, that was more of a ho ho ho.
good. Okay.
An internet drama account is not a business. You have sent several threats yourself. You have said you do not wish to monetize your platform, all documented.
Law of attraction. You take someone's business, they take yours. I could say the same thing.
You don't own a business.
Your food truck is not a business.
Okay.
And by that, I mean dangerous people should not be serving food to the pub.
Okay. Okay, pause though. Okay. Two TikTok accounts is a business, but a food truck is not a business because Carrie-Ann's too dangerous to serve food to the public.
What does it even mean to be too dangerous to serve food?
What does it mean? What does it mean?
What does it mean?
So bad.
God.
And I just love Carrie-Ann's full composure. Just like, I would be either cracking up or hanging up. I don't know. Okay. Carrie-Ann says,
My lawyer is getting all of this.
Good.
The one you harassed multiple times, who is also a public figure in our area.
every time there's a laugh emoji, you have to do an evil maniacal laugh.
Oh, I can't. I don't have a good evil laugh.
You had a
But
good
trust.
you had a good one.
Just trust it's the most diabolical laugh emoji there is. It's the most condescending laugh emoji.
That law firm is an actual joke.
Right.
So glad to know that's who you've been. That's who's been.
Oh God. It's just you can tell she was just feverishly texting and not checking for grammatical errors at all.
So glad to know that's who's been representing you. I'm crying. I'm laughing so hard.
She's too great. I trust she will do what needs to be done.
Oh, Lord. You do realize you had that lawyer send me a letter saying I'm a fake therapist, and you just admitted I'm not a therapist. Like, Carrie-Ann, you need to do better.
Stop attacking people. That's the message. You are hurting yourself.
Does your husband know what you do online and that you nearly bullied someone to death?
You have no credentials. That is true.
You can't even follow your own lies.
I don't lie.
Just like your narcissistic parents, your poor children, You can't even handle talking through anything.
Okay, Allie, you will not speak to me about my kids. I'm finished with this conversation. Have a good day.
How embarrassing. Abuser. Your kids are in actual danger. They're being raised by an abuser. That's so sad. It makes me so sad, and I have thought about them because you won't. But you don't care, and I will do what I need to. Your lack of empathy is abusive. You need help. Did you tell your therapist what you did to me?
Can we just pause here too? Because, and you made this point before we started recording, that how is Allie looking after Carrie Ann's kids by trying to call around to businesses to smear their mother's name so she can't have a way of making a living? What logic is this, Allie?
And why does she need to contact Carrie Ann's husband? Is she going to try to split them up? So she's going to like end her business, split up their marriage. Like that's really great for their kids. Okay.
What a savior you are. Okay.
Like, how intrusive and awful. And how is she going to get a hold of Carrie Ann's husband? Like, what's she going to do? Stalk him to look up his contact information?
I mean, I can't believe she even reached out to Carrie Ann. Beyond the pale. Think about it. Think about what is inappropriate to do in this situation. In what universe were you going to call Carrie Ann and you were going to force her to grovel about how she lied? She didn't lie. She legally bought your trademarks because you sucked.
And if you're going to bluff and bluster about how you have a trademark attorney, wouldn't your trademark attorney contact Carrie Ann's attorney or contact Carrie Ann for you? Like, do you not know how trademark law works and how trademark attorneys work? People need to really understand law and attorneys and lawyers and how all that stuff works. And I think people get really scared when someone says, I talked to an attorney. Okay, did you retain an attorney? Like, do you have representation? Then why are you texting me? Why are you calling me? Have your lawyer contact my people, period.
Yeah, and the way she's talking about lawyers, she keeps going back and forth. We didn't play the whole, because the story from today from Instagram is more than a half hour long of just her rambling about how Carrie Ann is stupid and acts like a child and was immature. And then she plays this phone call where she's clearly calling to harass someone and gaslighting the crap out of them. And it's like a half hour of a story. So we didn't play the whole thing, but she's talking about the lawyers too, and how she's contacted a bunch of lawyers, but also she's asking for all these pro bono lawyer help. And also she knows she would win if she got her lawyers, but also clearly a lawyer told her she didn't have a case because she keeps
clearly a bunch of lawyers did, because who contacts a bunch of lawyers?
Yeah.
If you had a case, it would take one or two, not a bunch.
Yeah.
And another thing is people that threaten legal action, that's because they don't have a case. If someone threatens you with a lawyer, it's because they don't have one. Because when you have one, the lawyer just does the thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, much like this trademark situation. Like some of this stuff just doesn't need to be and can't be at this time put in public because there's more important things going on. And you can tell that there's not more important things going on when someone goes up there and just talks about how nobody has any kind of case and they've talked to a million lawyers and they can't afford one, but they know if they could afford one, then they would win. You don't have anything.
It's not a thing.
It's not a thing.
And I will say this, I wasn't privy to the whole trademark thing until after it happened, but I don't recall anyone threatening that, teasing that out, trying to weaponize that. It was just done one day.
Carrie Ann did publicly make a comment before they officially went down, but the beauty of that is that Carrie Ann told Allie about the trademarks ahead of time publicly because it gave her an opportunity to contest them, and she didn't in time. So everybody kind of shat on Carrie Ann about that, but it was actually really smart because Allie, if she's hiring a lawyer now to get into the trademarks, like it's too late. She had time before, and she acts like that was petty of Carrie Ann. It wasn't petty. It was a reason why Allie really can't do much about the trademarks.
Well, she didn't take it seriously in the first place. That's probably why the time ran out.
Yeah, so anyway, back to the conversation here.
You are not a hero. You have no interest for anyone but yourself. That is why you do such risky, ridiculous things. What is the actual point of you messaging me, Allie?
I actually wanted to see if you could have a discussion, but you can't. So good luck.
A discussion with you is just you lying and berating. This is not a conversation, this is abuse.
What you did was serious. You don't seem to understand that.
If it was, I wouldn't have done it.
That's terrifying. And your kids deserve a mom that isn't like that.
It's not. You just need it to be.
Did you tell your therapist? What did they say?
What I talk to my therapist about is not your business, thanks.
You almost bullied someone to death. If you keep that from your therapist, that makes you a narc, babe.
Again, what is the point of this? You're bullying right now.
And you will be miserable forever.
You have bullied for 2 years.
No, I'm telling you the truth.
You gotta do the laugh. You're for the laugh emoji. Yes. Thank you. You're my good friend. Okay.
You have no self-reflection.
And now you will get back what you've done to others.
I'm not the one to try this with. Good day.
I said good day.
Say good day.
Oh, really? What are you going to do? You can't even talk on the phone, babe. You abuser. What's your next plan? Make sure I'm really dead. Karma, baby. So, you gonna kill me? Hurt my family more?
For the record, I do not wish you anything bad. I do not wish you harm or death. I will handle you legally.
You took years of my life because you don't deem it worthy.
You bullied so many.
You don't see? That makes you an actual psychopath? No, I spoke the truth.
Your work hurt real people. You didn't speak truth.
And my work is going to continue.
You spun lies.
And I will blast you for years.
That is the truth. What about their mental health?
I will write a whole book.
Right, irrelevant. Do it.
You really think you can hide from this? It's amazing.
I'm writing a book too.
Oh, really? How the law of attraction didn't work, so I have to commit crimes and spend tons of money to hurt someone they didn't like? I'm sure it will sell. You were jealous. 500,000 followers to your 6K? Who was attracting something good?
Man emoji. Why? I don't know.
Random man emoji. Okay.
I am not jealous of you. I can promise that.
Oh, you are. I can promise you that.
I don't care about social media. Whatever you have to tell yourself.
Oh, really? Then you don't care about your business either. You're so jealous that you've been obsessed for months, honey.
Do what you feel you have to do. I trust my community. I trust my work. I trust my lawyer. I'm not afraid of you.
But you are. You should be afraid of what the universe has in store for you. You actually believe in the law of attraction. Not a threat at all. That's just how things work out. You can't do what you did, and nothing happened. I don't even need to intervene. But you should care about your kids and getting help so you don't manipulate them too.
The only thing funny here is that you don't get it.
What would they think about their mommy and what she's actually like? My heart would actually break if I knew my mom was this cruel. I seriously got pushed to the edge, Carrie Ann. What about that doesn't register to you?
You are not a thought in my family. Your guilt trips aren't working. I have my family's support. They want me and my business protected, and that is our focus.
Wow. I'm asking for you to actually think and care.
You are not telling the truth. I am not endorsing your lies.
Wow. So you think I should die for that? You get to decide what my truth is?
What? Can we stop there?
What
is she
heck?
talking about?
I
No
literally
one
can't
wants
even
you to
follow this.
Die, Allie.
She has said
No
die
one.
and kill and dead like a million times already.
Carrie Ann very specifically said she doesn't want you to die, Allie, and neither does anyone else. We don't want you to die. You are the only one who acts like we are saying that and trying to push for that. All anyone wants to do is for you to be okay and for everyone else to be okay, because you need to stop hurting people. This is your what?
This is wild. This is crazy making.
This is crazy making. Like,
I'm so
shame
glad it
on
was in
you.
text and not all on the phone.
No one is talking about wanting you to die except for you, Allie. No one. Carrie Ann has specifically like, and then I think she meant to just erase half these messages anyway to have fake-o receipts that would look like she was, take out all the really goading ones and make it look like she was only calm. But
Yeah.
you don't do this to people, Allie. You're being abusive, Allie.
And like talking about her kids so much. Jeez.
So much. And how she's going to tell on her with her husband. like some man owns her. No, it's offensive. It's misogynistic. Stop.
This is what she was doing on her TikTok. Like, I
Yeah.
don't know how she can continue to deny the CPS dog whistles and the actual call to get CPS involved. Like, look at what she's saying even now.
She never ever changed. Nothing about the behavior has changed. And this is what it looks like to like not take accountability. You're hurting people the same, like, except for a good thing you don't have all your followers to do a big punch with, trying her damnedest to smear a perfectly upstanding like citizen and businesswoman who is also autistic and disabled, who did perfectly legal things to get you to stop hurting everybody. This is
And gave you time to do something about it. Gave you legal time to do something about it and you didn't. Also, can I just say, on her Instagram, I'm looking in the comments and there's a comment that's like, I'm so sorry that you still have to deal with these people. Like, no, she doesn't have to deal with anyone. No one is doing anything to her. She literally is seeking out this person to harass her. She called Carrie-Ann today to harass her. She doesn't have to deal with anybody.
She called her to harass her and make content about it. And she's doing the same thing to us. She's been DMing us on our new Doxxed the Podcast Instagram. She's sent me harassing DMs since literally last August, which I didn't even notice were there because I don't really check Instagram. So like until about February, I didn't even notice. But literally just a whole string of messages, and now she's starting in on Doxxed. I looked at the story today through the account and she's messaging us, I see you viewing the story. What do you expect?
Well, she tags us in everything, like we can't look.
She tags us in everything, and then she strategically leaves everybody unblocked, but then blocks you as soon as, like, her favorite thing is to controllingly block to where it will maximize the pain to you, but then unblock you so that you can interact with her. It's not like she wants you to go away. She just wants to be able to call people a stalker. It's not a thing.
It's not a thing. And the fact that she had the nerve to say that this podcast was my rebrand and that I still need her for content. I've never needed that bitch for content. I don't need her now for content. In fact, she's the one harassing people to make content for literally no reason.
Yeah, well, and she was also talking about how nobody had a big account or understood the importance of having a big account. You've talked on here about how you had a much larger account than any of us in a past time. And I had 36,000 followers. That's not nothing. Excuse you. And
also,
you 9,000.
my podcast account, my unhinged account, I created that mid-October. My account was months old. It didn't take me 2 years to build to that point. It took a matter of 8-9 weeks.
Yeah.
Please.
Nobody cares about follower numbers except for Allie, because some of us have reasons to have smaller followings, or are on just different paths in our lives, and no one really cares about it.
And also, she accused me of buying my TikTok followers, but then also made fun of me for not having very many. But then once upon a time said she's the reason why I had any followers at all. Like, pick one, pick a struggle, girl.
Just a mess, just an abhorrent mess. Okay. Shall we continue with the conversation from hell? We're on page 14 of 40.
Oh my God.
But I think this gets the point across, because I think people looking in are just like, oh, you poor thing. Yeah, like, the commenter who's saying, I'm so sorry you still have to deal with them. Yeah, it sounds like she still has to deal with us based on her behavior, right? No one's bothering her. This podcast exists, but it's not like we're not putting it out one episode at a time. We're dropping it all at once, which means none of it's public right now, which means there's no back and forth here. There's one side of her continuing on.
Every single one of us has had her phone number for a hot minute, and no one has called her. No one.
And because why would you? What did you think? How did you think there was going to be any sort of productive phone call between you and Carrie-Ann when you're going to call her and just yell at her about how she's a narcissist? I mean, it's the same exact way of trying to deal with other TikTokers, I guess. It's like creating content out of this situation, but that's not productive. You lost 2 major accounts by doing things that way. So that's a lesson that you didn't learn yet.
It's really crazy making to read her say multiple times in this conversation already, like accusing Carrie-Ann of not being able to talk on the phone. Mm-hmm. No one needs to stay on the phone and be yelled at. Absolutely no one.
Well, that reminded me, the way that she was talking to Carrie Ann reminded me of how you described her talking to you, which
Exactly.
again, a misunderstanding that a lot of people, or an intentional misunderstanding people had about that initial falling out that you had, where they're like, oh, it was just some disagreement between friends. No, it was Allie behaving in an abusive way over the phone to you, where you were apologizing and being made to continually apologize for something when you didn't even do anything wrong. And she wasn't hearing you, wasn't accepting it, and was yelling over you. And there's an example we just listened to where she does the exact same thing to Carrie Ann. That's an MO of hers. She's abusive to people. That's a pattern.
Yeah, imagine her saying that I was so pushy to her. Who the hell can push Allie to do anything? What you hear on that recording of her talking to Carrie Ann, that's exactly how she fucking talked to me. Exactly.
And it's disrespectful.
But everyone's supposed to just sit back and take it from Allie. You're supposed to allow her to abuse you. Otherwise, you're the abuser. It's crazy. I don't know how anyone with two brain cells to scrub together can look at this and sympathize with Allie. I don't get it.
I mean, I think it's all in the taking it out of context, which is why I think it's really eye-opening. It's really revealing to just read through this conversation, for example, and realize the sheer volume, the sheer level. And the fact that Allie just called her, she's going about her day. She takes calls for her business, so she doesn't, she doesn't think twice and didn't check the number or whatever, just to get berated like this, and then also blasted all over social media on a personal call. She didn't consent to being recorded, whether or not it's legal. Totally immoral, weird and disgusting and abhorrent behavior.
What news station would look at this and be like, ooh, we're so interested in your story? Lie.
I'm sure that she lied to some news station and that it wasn't, because it's the same thing with the lawyers, which is like, oh, you bet I have all this case, except for also I totally can't pursue a case, but if I could, I would, and then I would win it. No, you don't have a case because a lawyer told you don't have a case. That's what's happening. And then you're projecting and being all mad about how we don't have a case. You don't have a case because of your behavior.
No one has a case. Unfortunately, you can treat people like this online, and that sucks. But it is what it is.
Yeah. I mean, legally, when it goes into the real world, that's when you start to have a case, like when you're attacking someone's business, when you're defaming them and it's losing them income. That's when it starts to be a case if you have the money to pay for a lawyer.
If you have the money to drag it through court, it's an astronomical amount of money. And I don't know of any pro bono lawyer that'd be worried about TikTok drama. Pro bono lawyers are for criminal cases, when it's life or death for people, when it's life sentences at stake, and they absolutely need someone to represent them because they don't know the law to represent themselves when they're facing actual jail time or actual danger from someone that's physically trying to hurt them or physically trying to hurt their family.
Exactly. And I want to make a note right there too, because in her like half-hour Instagram story today, Allie is talking about how there's the trademark situation and then there's civil case. But what about a criminal case if you were talking the entire time about how I've been stalking you? She has been saying that I was stalking her ever since January consistently. She was scaring, not even just publicly, but between you and her in your friendship. She was telling you that she was terrified because I was stalking her and her family. I never, ever was. I wasn't even the burner accounts that she was accusing of stalking her. I was none of that. I never went and harassed her. Okay. But that entire thing should be some kind of criminal case if you think you have one. She's not even talking about a criminal case anymore. All of that about the stalking was blustering and lies. And that is something that would be reasonable to apologize for, because it was defamatory and wrong of you to say. You had no proof. It never happened. I didn't do that. I didn't stalk. I'm not a person who stalks people. That's a ridiculous thing to say about me. And you clearly have nothing, because now you're just talking about how you can't even have a civil case. What happened to your getting so stalked that, that Roxy got scared into giving you my number? Like what happened to that? You have zero. You have nothing because I didn't do anything to you.
Also, the framing of all of that, first trying to say that you were responsible for someone's death, then saying that she's scared to death that you're going to hurt her and her elderly parents. But it's so fucked. So fucked that she did that. She was never in danger. No one ever did anything to her. In fact, talking of stalkers, I've had an actual stalker on my property, lurking around my house, intimidating me, scaring me. This was my ex-boyfriend. And I contacted the police. You know what they said? We can't do anything until he actually damages your property or puts his hands on you. Sorry. So again, there's no case. The level of escalation that it would take.
Are you tired of feeling unsafe online? Do you want to learn how to protect yourself from cyberbullying, doxing, and other forms of online harassment? Then look no further than Doxxed the Podcast. Visit the website doxxedthepodcast.com to sign up for the Doxxed free ebook full of helpful tips and resources for online safety. Plus, when you sign up, you'll receive the weekly newsletter with the latest updates on upcoming content. There are many ways to connect with Doxxed, including Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Discord. Have a story to share or feedback to give? Use the contact form on the site to reach out or leave a voice message to be featured on the show. And for exclusive content, subscribe to the Doxxed Supercast to gain access to the private podcast feed with member-only exclusives. Take control of your online safety and join the Doxxed community today.
Is unfortunate, actually, like, to be really honest. The level of escalation would have to be pretty sad for any lawyer to actually consider this at all. And I need for the Karens involved, which would be Allie mostly, to maybe not weaponize the legal system for this petty drama. Like the restraining order thing, a pro bono lawyer, people actually need restraining orders, and they need to be on court dockets to like have hearings about those things, because people are in actual danger. People actually deal with domestic violence cases. Kids are actually in danger. This is such privileged white girl bullshit. Like, it's actually making me angry thinking about Allie getting a pro bono lawyer for this.
Yeah, much less the several pro bono lawyers she was asking for.
It's just not a thing. It's so stupid.
Yeah, I think that it really is. It's mind-boggling. Just like come to terms with what's happening here. This is embarrassing for you. This is really bad.
It's so embarrassing. And you know what? I'm pretty sure there's no such thing as a pro bono trademark attorney, because trademark attorneys deal with real businesses and real big money, because defamation cases mean I lost $1 million because of what you said that was a lie about my company, or, you know, I'm an actor and I make $20 million a movie, and the Me Too story that you made up about me lost me my movie role. Like, it's not TikTok. 500,000 followers of an account that wasn't even monetized. Like, it's not, there are no pro bono trademark lawyers.
Absurd. So absurd. And yeah, it's easy for the blood to boil about it.
Yeah.
Do you want to get back into this? I don't even know where we are on this conversation now.
Wow, so you think I should die for that? You get to decide what my truth is?
If your mental health is bad, I hope you take care of yourself. Your truth and our reality are very different.
Only 14-year-olds cannot listen when someone says they were hurt.
I'm sorry. So she just calls Carrie Ann a 14-year-old? That's also, Carrie Ann's an autistic woman. You're being very offensive and ableist toward autistic people, Allie.
And to 14-year-olds.
Terrible. Yeah. 14-year-olds have empathy. What are you talking about? Maybe you as a 14-year-old. I don't know.
Maybe she was a little fucking terror at 14 years old.
We don't know. We can't say. But okay.
Tell your side, but no tears when we tell ours. Does this actually work for you?
I want to talk to your husband. That poor man.
Do people in your life capitulate to your tantrums?
Your marriage is trash. I know it. No way you're not like this with him.
Ew.
What the hell, Allie? This is just really disrespectful.
She wishes she had a husband. That's why she's poking at it so hard.
Jealous.
You wish she had a husband.
Jealous. I do feel like Carrie Ann's husband worships her, so good for them.
I'm sure you need to think that.
Poor guy. No, I know it. Like, in my bones. You're so abusive, it makes me heart hurt.
Allie, not cool, dude.
Okay, I would suggest you find a therapist and talk to them. I'm not open for your feedback.
You ready to pay for that?
There are great free resources, I'm sure.
You ready to pay for the help I need after what you did? Fuck you.
Okay.
I can look them up for you.
That's nice.
It is nice.
A nice offer of help.
That's kind of
Hey.
Carrie-Anne. That's very kind.
Like, when I say fuck you, you are a vile. Vile.
Get help, Allie.
You are a vile.
Terrible.
And again,
Vile. Oh, so you can't talk to someone who you hurt? Classic nerd. You put your phone number everywhere.
she owns a business. Oh, okay. It's a business phone number, so her phone number
Business
is
phone.
everywhere for her business, and she answers her phone because it's for her business. Anyway,
So I can call and ask what you're doing with my trademarks.
Okay, and then in the best moment of this exchange so far, Carrie-Anne just sends a link to online therapy services that are free.
so nice and thoughtful.
It's so thoughtful. She's magnanimous, really, in this exchange.
Why can't you talk to the person you hurt?
You are trying to bully me and it will not work.
Stop acting like that's going to hurt me.
I'm talking to you. You are pretty entitled.
You just show your ableism even more.
I'm not trying to hurt you. I'm autistic, Allie. Cut the shit.
You know that if I had money, I could destroy you. And I will find someone who will take all of you down. I don't care if it takes 10 years. You bully me with money stuff, and it shows how deeply fucked you actually are. You had to use money to control me, and there's nothing more abusive. Then you make fun of me for not having money? Your kids are fucked having a mom like that.
Oh my god.
It's foul that you could do. If you're autistic, why don't you get how passionate I am? I can never hurt someone, especially another autistic person like you've hurt me.
Can we just stop and have a moment to
Let's just
laugh?
have a
Because
moment.
what?
She's done that shit to me too. She's done the same exact thing. She invalidates your identity, invalidates your personhood, and treats you like less than a person by acting like you're not the thing that you just said you are and acting like she is that thing. And she would never do, like, it's almost like ruling you out of being an autistic person because she would never do that to an autistic person, but you clearly aren't. Like, she's literally she's done that to me before too. It's so disrespectful. It's disrespectful of another person's just like basic humanity. It really sucks to do to another person.
Everyone involved is autistic. The only one whose autism is in question is actually Allie's, and she's hurt everybody, which is why she doesn't have TikTok anymore.
Yeah, it's so debased.
And then she has the nerve to say,
Why are you even mad? Like, seriously? It's all based on lies, and you never bothered to ask me.
You cannot treat people the way you did. You met resistance in me, and I suggest you pivot your content. If you're funny, be funny without harassing people. If you are passionate about helping people, actually help them. Volunteer, donate. Harassing others isn't noble.
You have no clue what you're talking about. It's disgusting.
I do. Others agree. You have harassed people for years and call it content.
And what in hell gives you the right to feel like you need to shut me up?
It's not interesting, and I'm not interested in discussing this.
You're going down for cyberbullying and stalking, like in a huge way. You can't just threaten people and then erase them and force them off their own platform, right?
You texted me, Allie.
Yep.
Oh my, I'm sorry. Oh my God. It's just offensive. Okay.
I'm not stalking you at all.
I want answers.
Be serious. Look at your texts. Are you blind?
I was going to say, that's ableist. There's a missed opportunity there, Allie.
You stalked and threatened me for months and then followed through with those texts.
No, I didn't.
Correction. Threats. Carrie-Anne.
I blocked you, remember? This is delusional. You need to talk to a professional.
I'm getting concerned for your mental health. If you actually think you didn't
And it cuts off.
stalk me, but you know enough about me to hurt me? Wow. So you just hurt anyone for sport? I'm not playing games with a narc. Fuck right off. You need help. You'll all be held accountable. You show your immaturity even here. You're so sloppy. Goodbye, Barry. This is going on forever.
Look at your texts. I'm clean.
My other reason for contacting you was to ask what you're going to do with my trademarks. If I protest them and you lie, that's a huge deal. Are you going to make content with those names?
I'm not making content or pretending to be you. I don't need your content. Your trademarks will be stored. If you build another platform, I won't go after it if you leave me alone. I have no interest in watching you or waiting. But if you provoke others for clout, defame people, dox people, I will activate.
Excuse me? You think you just hold those trademarks over me like that?
The best case scenario is we go our separate ways, but if you choose a battle, I will meet you on the field.
That's literally not how this works. They aren't even registered to you yet.
The literally is so good.
Historically, you don't really know how things work, so
Really?
they are being processed.
LOL.
It takes 5 months, but they are mine.
I spoke with a trademark attorney yesterday. They're absolutely not yours.
I don't care to beef with you. I took action so that you would leave me alone.
And if you lie, when you get the letters of protest, we have a bigger problem.
Okay, well, they are.
You actually think those trademarks are yours right now?
Fight me for them if you think you have a case, Allie. Why the texting? I don't wish you death or bad.
Do you know how much money it is to sue you for this?
I want to be left alone.
You want to hurt me and my family.
No, I don't. I don't care.
And there it is.
Oh, I'm sorry to just ugly laugh, but come on.
I want you to leave me alone.
And there it is.
Not the double, and there it is.
I don't know you.
I care about your family. And you don't care about mine.
I don't care to drag you. You do nasty things.
You can't have a real discussion with someone at all.
I'm not hiding. I'm actively discussing.
If you stand by what you did, why did you hang up the phone like a coward?
You're hurling insults like a toddler.
No.
Oh, Allie.
I don't owe you my time. You insult and talk over me.
I'm telling you the truth. You don't seem to know the difference.
It is impolite.
You owe me a lot. You took a lot. You will pay it back.
Have manners and I will engage.
Oh, so you control everything. You know I could actually do damage. And that I will.
I control and protect my space. Yes.
I'm talking to 2 major podcasts. And you and your businesses are the main feature. This news station in your town wants the whole damn story. They're chomping at the bit. Don't try to control me.
I don't think you will. I think you will try, and like the trademark, you will not be sympathetic because you are attacking people and fibbing about it. I have my lawyer that has first-hand experience with this type of thing.
Excuse me?
I'm protected.
You say I need manners to talk to you?
I will if you do.
And you'll play nice? You're scared.
I'm not going to be shouted at.
I'm powerful.
On my time.
And you know it.
You are annoying.
No, I'm powerful. And you have to use money to shut me up for a few months because you're jealous. I've never seen something so sad. I'm very scared of you. Not your money. Oh, really? Just going to gaslight me while trying to control me with paper? What do you think you do to me? Like, it's a joke.
Create something else, Allie. Be vulnerable, talk about yourself and your life, stop trying to drag strangers.
I called you Barry Ann. You threatened me and followed through with it. You're not a stranger.
I think she meant I called you Barry Ann, but I love the idea that Allie considers you a friend once she dubs you a terrible nickname. So because I'm a queer American music witch, that means we're besties now. And I went so far as to call you Barry Ann. That means something. That means something. Ugh, I'm sorry. Okay.
It's all documented and stored. We all know what you did.
You will never get rid of me. Are you going to sue me? What did I do? For the love of fucking God, Carrie Ann, what do you actually think I did?
I will store the trademarks and leave you alone as well.
Store them? That's holding them over me. And they aren't yours to store, hun. You do not own them yet.
Okay, it's Allie.
My name is Allie Priestley.
It's done, Allie.
Not sure if you get that. Right? And letters of protest don't exist.
Lawyer up if you feel the need.
Oh my fucking god.
I don't know what to tell you. What are you looking for?
You just bully people with money.
What do you hope will happen here?
What do you think you can do to me? Like, for real?
I don't bully anyone.
Oh my god, deranged.
Answer my question. What do you want?
The whole act of bullying my trademarks is the biggest bully act there's ever been.
What's the best case scenario here?
Please seek help. You tell me what you actually think you can sue me for. Or what, put me in jail? You can't even tell me what I did. We all know what you did, Allie. What?
This is not how suits work. This is intimidation. If you want a prosperous suit, this is not how you get it.
What did I do? I'm trying to talk to you like a human. I'm not intimidating you. Say what I actually did. No one ever will.
By the way, I just love this because it's like, here's a podcast, Allie. Here's what happened. Don't say that no one laid it out for you. I already did a 2-hour video, now a podcast.
If you leave people alone, they will leave you alone too. Everyone wants to move on. You're dwelling, stewing, and dragging people publicly and are inviting the legal repercussions into your reality.
Nope, that's not an answer. What did I do?
It is. You can read the above texts.
Quote, everyone knows what you did.
It's all there. All the answers.
Dwelling, stewing. I'm not human to you. This is so scary. Truly zero empathy.
I am not getting through to you, so we should stop talking.
Psycho shit.
You are a human. I understood you are upset.
No, you don't.
You are dealing with several humans that are holding you accountable for dehumanizing them.
You truly did.
You don't like that, I get it, but it's true.
Wow.
So leave people alone, please.
You are an actual monster. You have to live with yourself.
And in return, you will be left alone.
That's punishment enough.
I'm happy with that.
I feel fucking sorry for you and your husband and your kids. This is a tragic situation.
Okay, that means a lot.
Yeah, because they live with an actual monster. Was it both of your parents that were like this to you? Your poor kids. I'm not even saying that to be mean. Like, Carrie Ann, you hurt me more than you will ever know. Over lies. You won't even ask me now if they're true. That's crazy.
I don't want to hurt you. I want to protect myself and others. You made it a choice.
I actually had a mental health breakdown. You do not care. That's so scary.
I hope you are healing. Have a good day.
Wow. No, you don't get to dismiss me like that. You need to talk to someone you hurt. You're not capable. If I hurt you, then let's talk about that. I'm capable. If I actually hurt you bad enough for you to do this, then tell me.
Allie, I have talked to you. I have explained everything. I don't owe you an explanation, but because you asked, I gave you one. I'm not afraid of you or your threats.
I will listen. No, you have not. Thanks for the answer. You aren't capable. You came out of nowhere making videos saying I'm crazy. I don't even know who you are. I reacted. I apologize if I hurt you. Wow.
Can we also just quickly stop right there and just acknowledge that every single person who's ever talked about a good apology knows that I apologize if I hurt you is the rudest non-apology of all.
It's the most non-apology of all non-apologies.
It's the most not an apology. And you know this, Allie. You know what you're doing.
Simply, you harassed my autistic friend and many other autistic people, myself included.
I'm the autistic friend, I'm pretty sure.
Wow.
You don't get that.
Again, don't care about my side at all. So they can make videos about me and I'm not allowed to respond?
If you go public, we will all tell our perspective together.
No, Carrie Ann. This shows you are such a child.
You made 59 times the videos. They were threatening, mean, aggressive, and personal.
Everyone thinks you're all bullies.
You were the aggressor. Okay, your friend should take your side.
No one wants narcs perspectives. Wow. Damn.
Allie, if no one wants Narc's perspectives, why are you harassing Carrie Ann and forcing her to continue having this conversation when she definitely said like a while ago she would be done? And then you're sending her like 15 messages. Like, why are you doing this? You're being abusive to Carrie Ann right now, Allie.
Carrie Ann ended the conversation like 4 times, just like I tried to end the conversation with her like a million times when I was on the phone with her last.
Yeah, this is a pattern that a lot of people have experienced. This is just not, this is very, this is a horrible way to treat people. The way that Allie is treating Carrie Ann. Carrie Ann is being like a saint in this conversation. Carrie Ann is saying everything. Carrie Ann so kindly offered help with free therapy links. Like, very kind, thoughtful. The hell is wrong?
Carrie
What
Ann's
is
also
wrong?
lawyered up, so she's not scared of this shit.
No, Carrie Ann is just cool and collected. She's like making some lunch for her kids while she's texting this conversation. She's a good mom. Just this is terrible. Okay. No one wants Narc's perspective.
I'm not playing a popularity contest with your friends.
This shows me how broken you are.
You think whatever you need to. You don't have to like me. I don't need that.
I apologize if I ever hurt you and you come back not able to talk about focus on popular contests.
What?
God, so incoherent.
Oh no.
We can be adults or this can continue.
You cannot talk to someone you've harmed. It's so immature. Painful, actually.
Okay, again, stopping. Allie is saying here you cannot talk to someone you've harmed. Allie, you're messaging Carrie Ann. Allie.
And she's clearly talking to her.
What?
That doesn't make any sense. What do you need? I don't relish that this hurt you.
For you to have an ounce of compassion. You do, actually.
I'm telling you I don't.
Did it bother you at all that I could?
But I need to protect myself and others. I don't wish you ill, Allie.
I'm not blaming that on anyone, but the chain of events and all of the lies, it broke my brain, Carrie Ann. Aunt Karen's live was so cruel. You are a monster if you don't care at all. Why are you okay with supporting Aunt Karen?
Yeah, Carrie Ann had nothing to do with Aunt Karen. So okay.
I understand you had a hard time, but you were coming after me and my friends.
But you won't allow me to exist.
You can exist. You can't attack me.
Oh, so you get to hurt and make up lies.
Or other autistic people. It's not right. For views, yuck.
So you hurting someone else makes it right? Major yuck.
I stopped you. I didn't wish to hurt you.
And I wasn't hurting anyone. I was having discussions on the internet.
I wanted your onslaught to stop.
Wow.
You and your followers harass people.
You wanted control.
It doesn't feel good and it's not cool.
And that's the end of the conversation we have access to, unless I'm missing a card here. But yeah. So I think that just really reinforces the point that we've been making the entire time. It's hard to express how very one way these interactions are and how very much it is not like a two sides thing. It's like a one person being very abusive toward a lot of different people.
Relentlessly abusive.
Yeah, obsessively harassing multiple people.
And then saying that the people that she's harassing are the ones that are obsessively harassing her. And it's just not the case. It just doesn't happen.
It's just not what's happening. And I think that the best way to highlight that is really to show it all in context, to show how much she puts into these exchanges. It's really hard to see when it's on TikTok. I think or even just seeing a screen grab or two from that whole exchange is very different from realizing like how long it went on after Carrie Ann was so kind. And after she was clearly uncomfortable with the exchange and was saying that they should end it. You know, you're crossing people's boundaries. That's what's abusive. That's what you're doing wrong, Allie. And people have explained it.
Mm-hmm.
You have to take a step back and recognize nobody wants to hurt you. Everybody is upset and traumatized because you are villainizing and taking away the humanity of a bunch of autistic, disabled people because they're doing well for themselves. And I guess you seem to be jealous of that. That's really frustrating for all of us. Nobody wants to hurt you. But
she's jealous that we're able to like process this and cope and move on and have productive lives beyond this. And she wants to make it all about her. But no, it's not about her. The life of this podcast, it will not be about her beyond this season. Once we put this down, never uttering her name again. And I hope she recognizes that because it's really going to get under her skin that once we're done, we're actually done. I'm not spending 10 years thinking about her. And I love that we're going to live rent free in her head for the next decade, she promises. How sad for her.
Yeah, this flipping back and forth between goodbye, we're done, but also this is the rest of my life now is revenging you. There's nothing happening. It's going to be a very bad life for you because of your own choices unless you take a step back, realize no one's out to get you, except maybe one person who's not either of us and definitely not Carrie Ann. And,
exactly.
But no one's out to get you. And you need to stop because you're creating a lot of pain for yourself and for other people who really don't deserve it. It needs to stop. And if it doesn't stop, then it doesn't
Not
stop.
her.
But that's
Focus on the
you
wrong
hurting
person.
yourself. You're hurting yourself then if it doesn't stop, because everybody else has other projects and other passions in their life and other things that they're climbing toward. And that you don't get to just, you really don't take that away when people have more underneath of whatever their TikTok persona is. All of us have these things going on in our lives that are not stopping for Allie, you know?
Yeah.
Thank you for listening. Find additional content at doxxedthepodcast.com.